from Parenthood.
Oh my gosh. But it's funny because Craig T is one of the only people that I would feel like he would kick my ass and still make me feel bad about it. I feel like he is the most down-to-earth person I've ever met, and I feel like he would punch me in the face and I would be like, I'm so sorry. I apologize for whatever you done. I love that guy.
He's Mr. Incredible.
He's Mr. Incredible, and it's funny because the year before I booked Parenthood, I dressed up as Mr. Incredible, and working probably the first 2 years of filming, I had no idea that he was Mr. Incredible, and it wasn't until I think our last season filming that I went up to him and I was like, I love The Incredibles. And it's a run-on joke that he would always just do Mr. Incredible's voice, which I didn't understand until recently is just his voice. Now, when I saw the second Incredibles, all I could see was him doing the lines, and it didn't ruin it for me, but it was kind of just like, oh gosh, But he's such an amazing person.
And then who do you think would win, Martin Coe or
Craig T?
It's been troublesome.
That's funny. I think Martin would win.
Okay.
Would he cheat? I don't know. Martin is one of those guys, I said Craig was intimidating. When I first met Martin, when he walked into the room, the ambiance changed. It was one of those things where I was like, no, we're not afraid of him, but it was like, something is different, and I met him and he has the most firm handshake ever, and I'm like, you're someone not to be messed with. So just because of that, but it's like, he lives this life where he just lives and breathes someone who is awesome, and because of that, I feel like I have to go with him.
People have really responded to Miguel in this series.
Mm-hmm.
What has that meant to you, and what do you think they respond to?
I think, and this goes for all of the kids on the, or the young adults on the show. I think everyone can relate to them in some way or another. Hawk, Miguel, Aisha, Sam, Robbie, all of these characters, like someone was saying during our panel, they come from gray areas. You don't watch the show and you say, this is the good guy and this is the bad guy. And I think that's something that a lot of us can relate to. Being that when you face these situations, a lot of the times you're like, I agree with both parties. And to be quite honest, I don't know who I should be rooting for. But being a character who is vulnerable and being a character who is not the stereotypical macho kind of guy, it's refreshing, and it's wonderful to be able to, at the very end of the season, do a total 180. It's so awesome.
How far, or just irredeemable do you think the situation with Sam is? After
that's one of the things that I hear about. The comment that I see the most is, we want Miguel and Sam together again. And
yet.
going in to season 2, I think we're going to see that it's not irredeemable, but both parties have a lot of learning to do about each other and have a lot of growing to do as people before they're ready for that.
So, with this upcoming season,
yes,
where are we seeing the growth in Miguel?
So we ended last season with him doing a total 180 and really using the strike hard, strike first, no mercy mantra, blood in, blood out. What he wants more than anything is to win, not only for Cobra Kai, but for Johnny Lawrence. Johnny is very much a father figure to Miguel, and all that Miguel wants to do is make him proud. And sometimes that means doing things that aren't necessarily respected in the competition environment, and doing what you have to do to win. And in Miguel's mind, he doesn't see that as the wrong thing. He sees it as, I'm doing this, aren't you proud of me? Aren't you, I won, this is what we've been talking about for as long as we can remember, aren't you proud of me? And, we saw it in a teaser that came out for season 2, he's not proud of Miguel, and he's not proud of Hawk for doing what they did. And it's not a slap in the face, but it definitely is a wake up call in being that Miguel is like, oh shoot, maybe I was going down the wrong path. Let's do some recorrection. Let's take a few steps back and try to figure out, gather our bearings, and see where we're going to next.
Is there going to be a crossover in maybe season 3 with the Jackie Chan?
That universe, the Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan, I would love to. I feel like I really enjoyed the Jaden Smith Karate Kid, and I actually just met Jaden Smith for the first time recently, and he's exactly what I envisioned him like. I think in pop culture, the only thing I see about him is that he's like very otherworldly, and he has all these conspiracy theories, and he's just like that in real life. So that was really refreshing. But I would love to. I mean, obviously, I am in no way in charge of that, and if it does happen, I'm not trying to spoil anything. Like it would be total coincidence if it did. But yeah, I would love to.
You would love that too.
Yeah. I feel like, especially even the Hillary Swankford, I feel like all of them coming together they're all part of one universe, so why not bring them together?
So who would win, you or Jaden?
He can do the splits, so he can do the splits at like 12 years old. I don't know. I feel like just out of pure humbleness, I would have to say Jaden Smith. Sure.
So at the Kids' Choice Awards,
Yeah.
did anybody recognize you? Because you got the beard now.
Yeah, I got the facial hair, or the couple hairs that I do have on my
Scruff.
chin. Yeah, the scruff. I look like a little rat right now, but it definitely is different because it's funny that you say that, because even now, I get recognized more from Parenthood than I do Cobra Kai, and I think that's because outside of like, when I'm not filming Cobra Kai, I look so different. I mean, you guys are looking at me right now. I have way longer hair than I do in Cobra Kai. Like, I have glasses on. I have the couple of hairs, on my face. So I think because of that, but I don't know why. But when I do, it's the coolest thing ever. To see people, it's the only environment where you're talking to someone face to face and they can say, I love the show, or why did you do that? So that's one of the, because I feel like social media is such an easy outlet to do that. But when you put a camera in front, or a phone in front of someone's face, they just say whatever they want. And a lot of the times it's the negative stuff.
Right.
And seeing someone in person, they're like, I love this part and this part and this part, and there's no other area where you get to do that. So I really appreciate it. If anyone ever does see me, don't be afraid to walk up.
Is the training in action harder in season 2?
So in season 1, you establish the characters. Season 2, we know who everyone is. There's no need to. There's a couple of characters that are brought in here and there, but the stakes are raised for sure. There's more fighting, there's more action, there's more drama, and more of all, there's more rivalry.
So the jacket isn't a giveaway as to where your character's going this season?
No. The Public Enemy jacket. No, I just love Public Enemy. That's what it was. But no. I'm not spoiling anything when I say that season 2 is going to be phenomenal.
So you're